the latest motorcycles, from cutting-edge sport bikes to timeless cruisers. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most iconic and enduring models in Honda's lineup, the 2025 Honda Shadow 750. Whether you're a cruiser enthusiast, a beginner looking for a reliable entry point, or just someone who loves that classic V-twin rumble, the Shadow 750 continues to be a compelling package. But how does the 2025 edition stack up in today's world of modern motorcycles? Let's find out. A legacy that rides on. The Honda Shadow line has been around since the early 1980s, consistently delivering the kind of dependable, low-maintenance, and easy-riding experience that made it a favorite for riders of all levels. The 750 cubic centimeters version, in particular, has held a sweet spot, offering enough power for the highway without intimidating new riders. The 2025 model doesn't reinvent the wheel, and that's a good thing. It's still the classic cruiser people know and love, long, low, and muscular, with some modern touches to keep it relevant in today's competitive market. Engine and performance. At the heart of the 2025 Shadow 750 is Honda's tried-and-true 745 cubic centimeters liquid-cooled V-twin engine. It produces a modest but usable power band, roughly 45 horsepower and 47 pound-foot of torque, delivering strong low-end pull and smooth mid-range cruising. It's not designed to win drag races, but it excels at real-world riding, urban commutes, backroad tours, and everything in between. The engine is mated to a 5-speed transmission, and yes, it still uses a shaft drive, which is a major plus for riders who value low maintenance. No chains to oil, no belts to adjust, just smooth, quiet, and reliable power delivery to the rear wheel. Throttle response is predictable and smooth, which makes it especially beginner-friendly. The fuel injection system ensures consistent performance across varying conditions, whether you're riding in cold weather, at elevation, or in stop-and-go traffic. Classic cruiser aesthetics. One of the Shadow's biggest strengths has always been its looks, and the 2025 model continues that tradition. The styling stays true to the retro cruiser aesthetic: teardrop fuel tank, fat front forks, wide handlebars, and lots of blacked-out components mixed with chrome highlights, depending on the trim. For 2025, Honda offers a couple of new color options, including a deep metallic red and a stealthy matte black. The fit and finish are top-notch for the segment, with clean welds, tight panel gaps, and just the right amount of detailing to make it stand out without being flashy. This is the kind of bike that looks just as good parked outside a diner as it does rolling down a country highway. Ergonomics and comfort. Comfort is where the Shadow really earns its stripes. The 2025 model features a low 25.8-inch seat height, which makes it accessible to a wide range of riders. The seat itself is broad and well-padded, offering decent support for long rides. Passenger accommodations are available, though adding an aftermarket backrest is something many two-up riders might consider. Foot pegs are set forward in the classic cruiser style, giving you that laid-back riding posture. The handlebars sweep back naturally, so you're not reaching or hunching. It's an ergonomically sound design, even for taller riders, although if you're over 6 feet, you might find yourself wishing for a bit more legroom on longer trips. The suspension is a traditional setup with telescopic front forks and dual rear shocks, tuned more for comfort than performance. It's not going to soak up massive potholes like an adventure bike, but it handles typical road imperfections with confidence. Tech and features. Being a budget-conscious cruiser, the Shadow 750 isn't loaded with high-tech features, and that's part of its charm. However, Honda has made subtle upgrades over the years to keep it practical and safe. You'll find a simple analog speedometer with a digital odometer and trip meter. There's no fancy TFT screen or smartphone connectivity, but the layout is clean, easy to read, and keeps distractions to a minimum. For 2025, Honda includes standard ABS on the front and rear brakes, which adds an extra layer of safety, especially for newer riders. The braking system itself consists of a single front disc and rear drum brake, adequate for most situations, but definitely not sport bike stopping power. There's also an immobilizer system built into the key to deter theft, and the lighting has been updated with LED indicators while retaining a retro-style halogen headlamp to preserve the vintage cruiser vibe. Ride quality and handling. Cruisers aren't known for their sharp handling, but the Shadow 750 holds its own on twisty roads. Its curb weight of around 560 pounds is noticeable, but the low center of gravity and well-balanced chassis make it surprisingly easy to maneuver, especially at low speeds. The bike shines in urban environments and lazy backroads, where you can relax and enjoy the ride. It's not made for carving canyons, but it doesn't feel clumsy or unrefined either. For riders transitioning from smaller bikes or even scooters, the Shadow offers a reassuring sense of stability without being overwhelming. On the highway, the bike maintains a comfortable cruise at 65 to 75 miles per hour, although the lack of a windshield or fairing means wind fatigue will set in on longer trips unless you add some aftermarket protection. Fuel economy and range. One of the practical advantages of the Shadow 750 is its excellent fuel economy. Riders can expect around 55 to 60 miles per gallon, depending on riding style and conditions. With a 3.7-gallon fuel tank, that gives you a practical range of around 200 miles per fill-up. This makes it a great choice not just for weekend rides but also as a daily commuter, especially if you're trying to save money on gas without sacrificing style or performance. Customization and aftermarket support. The Honda Shadow 750 has long enjoyed strong support from the aftermarket community, and the 2025 model is no exception. Whether you're into bobbers, baggers, or classic chopper styling, there's a wide range of parts available: exhaust systems, saddlebags, windshields, handlebars, seats, lighting kits, and more. Because the platform hasn't changed dramatically over the years, many parts from previous models still fit. That makes it one of the easiest bikes to customize on a budget. Pricing and value. The 2025 Honda Shadow 750 comes in at a base MSRP of around $8,299, making it one of the most affordable midsize cruisers on the market today. With its combination of reliability, low maintenance costs, and classic styling, it's hard to find a better value in the cruiser segment. Insurance rates are typically low, parts are readily available, and thanks to Honda's rock-solid engineering, these bikes often run for decades with minimal issues. Who is it for? The Shadow 750 is ideal for beginner riders looking for a manageable but full-size bike, commuters who want something stylish and fuel-efficient, custom builders looking for a solid platform, cruiser lovers who appreciate old-school charm with modern reliability. It may not appeal to those chasing maximum horsepower or cutting-edge tech, but for anyone who values simplicity, comfort, and classic looks, the Shadow is still a winner. Final thoughts: still a cruiser icon. In a motorcycle world dominated by ever-faster sport bikes, high-tech tourers, and ultra-aggressive naked bikes, the 2025 Honda Shadow 750 remains refreshingly simple. It's a bike that doesn't try to be everything, it knows exactly what it is: a reliable, stylish cruiser with just enough power, comfort, and personality to keep riders smiling every mile. If you're looking for a timeless ride that won't break the bank, offers great longevity, and turns heads without screaming for attention, the Shadow 750 deserves a serious look. Thanks for watching Bike Future. Be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss our next deep dive. Let us know in the comments, would you ride the 2025 Shadow 750, or are you holding out for something different? Ride safe, and we'll see you in the next one.